Hey everybody, welcome to a special edition of the Realish TV. I'm executive producer Sir Fox.
And I'm Mika.
And we're here at the 7th annual Polo and Jazz event put on by Susan Smallwood of Grandiosity Events.
And hosted by Judge Greg Mathis. Also the beneficiary for this year is Latinas for Latinas.
That's right, Mika. All right, everybody, let's get this show started right now.
Right now.
So Susan, you are the Grandiosity. You are the woman who puts this together. You coordinate everything. Tell me why this continues to be your vision.
Because I believe in grandness. Ooh la la. Well, actually, so we're celebrating our 7th year of our Polo and Jazz, and we're grandly excited to have Judge Mathis hosting, and Judge Mathis is on his way. And our platform is about enriching the lives of all cultures and bringing philanthropy to the local community, the charities that are doing something to make a difference in the communities. So this year we're benefiting Black Mental Health Alliance and Latinas Leading Tomorrow. And we're greatly excited for all the guests that came out to support, even though we had to do a hard shift from being outside because of the tropical storm watch. And look at how beautiful that the whole entire team has transformed this space. Latinas and the Black community came out in full force. Thank y'all so much.
And supported you. And I think what's also important is that all of your invitees, particularly the featured ones like Judge Mathis, his daughters, T-Boz, etc., espouse this whole project and what they believe in terms of Black and Latino mental health, and still wanted to show up in this inclement weather. What say you?
Well, that shows how the power of our voice on the platform about Black mental health, how that it is an issue. And when we use our voice, it helps encourage and inspire others to come out and seek the help and therapy that they need.
Well, I just want to say we're grateful to Realish TV is for you and for being here, because Susan brings it together every year. It's an important event for her, and I want to thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Realish TV, for showing up.
Thank you, Susan.
Have a grand day. Have fun.
So, Judge, it's great having you in D.C. for this monumental event around mental health, and particularly in our community. What say you with the inordinate gun violence across the country and how so many of our young folks need to have equanimity, that mental calmness?
You know, it's interesting that you would make reference to the gunfire, because indeed what we see in the inner cities has been drugs have been dumped on the inner city and the guns have been dumped on the inner city. And as a result, those of us who have mental health challenges are the most vulnerable. Bipolar disorder, which is affluent within our community, is uncontrollable rage. And thus, there's a defiance syndrome that affects our community. And the fact is that privileged kids go to counseling, our kids go to jail. And so that's why it's so important that we support Black mental health and that we not be afraid to go and get that support for our young people, for our children, despite whatever stigma they may have. You'd rather for them to call them crazy in school than for you to have to visit them 30 years in prison.
Prison the pipeline, absolutely.
That's right.
And what does it mean for you to be at an event like this with your father being Judge Mathis, to carry on a legacy like that?
It means that people get a chance to see a different side of celebrities when they don't really get to see a human side of them outside of what they do for a living or entertainment. So people get to see he's actually a real person and he does real work in the community supporting different causes that are so necessary that we don't talk about in Black and brown communities.
And Jay, we know that you are an attorney in the district, and obviously you've taken the footsteps of your dad and you're exemplary and doing a great job in this area. What matters most to you around mental health? Because you've also had some challenges yourself. What say you?
That I'm hoping one day everybody is able to get the help that they need and not feel ashamed about getting the help that they need, and openly talk about it and share their stories to inspire other people and let people know that you can still be successful even if you have a mental health diagnosis.
Now just tell everyone, what does it feel like to grow up and have a dad that is beloved by everybody? We all grew up with Judge Mathis. We love this man. He's direct, he's confident, and he's exemplary to our community.
See, he was just dad for us growing up, so it was like, you know, oh yeah, he is
the same as I was then.
the same way. He's the same at home, on TV, everything. So it's like, okay, there go dad on TV today. So he's been the same my whole life.
And can you just give us some insight? You've been doing your court show for over 20-something years, and the network has pivoted to take a different direction. Where are you today, and what's next for the judge?
Well, the good news is, when Warner Brothers decided to get out of the judge business, 2 days later, I had another show, The Mathis Court. So I'm still on the air. We're going to continue to do that. And we got some surprises coming. We're the first father-son team on television. My son went
The oldest son.
Yes, no, the youngest, Amir Mathis.
That's right.
He went and was deputized in Detroit after training, and is now my court officer bailiff. So the first duo father-son in history. And our show is the longest running show hosted by a black man in history. So we're going to continue to do that, and we got some other surprises coming.
Will part of the other surprises be the reality show? We love the reality show and your mom.
Mathis Family Matters, you have to stay tuned.
Perhaps because they want us to add more tension. They want us to argue and fight, and that's not who we are. And we don't have to afford to do that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Somebody got to keep it real.
Somebody's got to keep it real, and you're watching the Realish TV.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Jay. You are the title sponsor at this event. Tell us, how did that come about, and also what sort of work you do?
I was the title sponsor at the last event, Polo and Jazz 2022, the 6th annual, and I came back on it a second time as a title sponsor because it's important for me dealing with mental illness. In January 6th of 2022, our 15-year-old biological son came into the family room, shot and killed my wife in front of me, shot my 8-year-old, killed him, and shot me twice, and I survived. So I thought it was very important to be involved and let what I've gone through and my coping skills to, positively help others.
And how do you think events like this help others with mental health?
The way I believe that events like this help others, because we're all going through some type of mental illness or crisis in our family, and this is kind of normalizing it, meaning that it's not so taboo anymore, that people can start coming out and speaking about it, socializing with others who've gone through it, and seeing how people flow, and seeing that they're not allowing that trauma and tragedy to end their lives or stifle them and make them shut out, but they can come out and still enjoy life. But life goes on. Life be lifing.
It does.
So with that experience that you had, losing your wife and your son was involved in taking the family away, so to speak, how do you manage? How do you compartmentalize life every day?
So my wife and I were married for 27, we've been together 27 years, married 24 of those years. I've been through the military. I got hit by a roadside bomb in 2007, survived that. I've been on the streets of DC, survived that. My strength and my source comes from God and no other. And, that's how I get my strength, my source, my to go on. He taught me how to cope with tragedy. He taught me how to deal with it. He gave me the wisdom and knowledge, and it's all about not just me, but helping somebody else to get through it. So that's how I love helping others to get through it, because it's not just about me. I know that God's gonna take care of me, but others sometimes don't feel lost and feel like, who's gonna help me? So that's why I'm here to help them, be an inspiration.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So what does it mean for you to be at this event, particularly because it's dealing with mental health for the Black and Latino community?
Well, mental health is a big issue for all communities, but especially it hits, some say the African American and Latino community pretty hard, especially during, out of the pandemic. And just to be a part of this event with Susan Smallwood and Grandiosity is just phenomenal. Even on a day like this when it's raining, that doesn't mean anything. To come out here and support the community is incredibly important.
And do you think more people in entertainment should definitely focus on mental health and the awareness?
I definitely do, but I do think a lot of people in the entertainment industry do focus a lot on mental health, especially on their social media platforms and raising awareness. There was a time in which mental health was something that we wouldn't talk about. It was for some people looked down upon if you went to a therapist, but now it seems like things have opened up and people are understanding the importance of mental health, just like your physical and spiritual health.
And because you are an anchor reporter at Fox 5 local here in DC, and the inordinate amount of news that you guys report on, particularly around violence in the city, how do you manage your mental health?
First of all, that is a phenomenal question. I talk to my pastor, have prayer. I even sometimes talk to a therapist, because so many times, you know, you come across violence, especially gun violence, and you come to scenes talking to mothers and grandmothers and guardians about what's happening in their communities and their loved ones being gunned down senselessly. And yeah, I'm an anchor for Fox 5 and a reporter, but I'm also a human being, and it definitely touches my heart. And my mental health is just as important as everyone's out there, and there's no shame in, you know, talking about it. Those days are over. Mental health is just as important as your physical and spiritual health as well.
Do you download with your family, your wife, just about the different sort of violence that takes place in the city? I would imagine, I've worked in television for some years, and I went to school for it, so I understand journalism.
I'm very familiar with who you are. You do a great job.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So again, when you're home with your family, do you carry the news home with you?
I don't. I have to separate, because you know, when you get home, that's your castle. That's your place where you have peace and your peace of mind. You agree?
Yes.
And so it came at first when I was in the beginning of my career. I've been doing this for 23 years. Yeah, it was a little difficult to separate, but now at this stage, no, I just have to cut it off and then be in my peaceful place, my home.
So what are you looking forward to today?
Today, I'm looking forward to meeting new people. I mean, look, I just met you guys, and that's a blessing within itself. But also just to see Susan Smallwood and to show appreciation and support. She put on this incredible event here, and despite the weather, I want to make sure that I show her appreciation and all the wonderful vendors here from around the country.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shamari. So being Latina and here at this grandiosity event, polo and jazz event, a lot of the focus is around Black and Latino mental health. What say you? What are your thoughts, your feedback, and most importantly, why are you here?
Well, I'm here to support Susan Smallwood in this event today. I'll be doing a poetry performance a little bit later today. And then as a representative of Living Local DMV at DC News Now, we'll be interviewing Judge Mathis, whose new show is on our network, the CW. So I'm here to get the scoop, and then to also give a little bit of poetry to entertain the crowd, and hopefully empower and uplift others as well.
Absolutely.
So one of the beneficiary this year is Latinas for Latinas. So what do you think can Latinas benefit from on that mental health front?
Well, I think it's an incredibly important conversation to have, to continue, and to normalize. I think though I'm not Latina, my background is Japanese and Sicilian, but my son is Panamanian. And having been married into a Latino family for a long time, you often see within the culture that those conversations around mental wellness are somewhat taboo, and they're not necessarily the norm, the normalizing the conversation. And I think that it's important that it's brought to the forefront so that it just becomes an average, everyday conversation to have in any culture, of course, but especially in communities of color.
And talk to us about being a part of the DC News Now team, and what's the focus and the vision of it? Some people are still learning about it, but it has sort of permeated its way into mainstream. Talk to us about it.
Oh, sure. Well, of course, with DC News Now, that is our news component that is on in the mornings and evenings as well. But the show that I'm on, our lifestyle show, Living Local DMV, is it's a lifestyle show that is representative of all of the DMV, all different cultures, and of course, just a voice of the people. And so we like to bring on all aspects: sports, entertainment, pop culture news, and most importantly, events like this that uplift the community. We want to be that finger that is on the pulse of the community.
Well, we want to thank you so much for being on the Realish TV and for being a part of this interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so you're here at this major event around mental health for Black and Latinos. What does it mean to you, particularly with so many social determinants in our community and mental health, and trying to manage and juggle life. What say you to be at this type of event?
Well, mental health is a huge issue, especially in Black families. I mean, a lot of times we don't feel comfortable talking about anything or seeing a therapist or a counselor. Back in the day, we were taught you keep that in the family, right? You don't tell nobody's business. So honestly, having these events and paying homage to people who know how to take care of themselves mentally is so important. So I would love to support it.
So what are you looking forward to today? What do you think you're going to get out of this event today?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of amazing, beautiful, and handsome faces, so that's always good. And always being in touch with people maybe that you haven't seen, and we don't know who's going through something right now. And this is a moment to say, hey, I miss you, I see you, you're amazing, keep up the good work, and give someone a pat on the back.
And speaking of going through things, are you able to share anything about what may be coming up on some of the future episodes of Love and Marriage DC?
Oh,
what say you?
Well, let me just take this, right? Listen.
No, because you taking my job, beautiful.
Listen, I am the villain. I don't know how I become the villain all the time. Maybe because I'm fabulous and I speak what's on my mind. So I would say look for me being talked about a lot, even when I'm not in the rooms.
By whom?
By what we call jealous, envious, someone maybe who doesn't have something to do, you know, they're missing little bits of life. So guess what? You start looking around and watching everybody else. And so if they mind their business, then maybe they wouldn't be in my business.
Somebody got to keep it real.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you.
So you created an app for grandioses. And can you tell us a little bit about that app and what it does and all the wonderful things about it?
Yes, I like to think this app is something between Facebook and Instagram for people that's more mature, that's a little bit past immature just photos and sharing, but more about business, luxury lifestyle, and upward mobility. It's a place we can socialize, network, discuss business. It's the whole 9 yards where people our age can go and socialize and do real business.
Okay, and so with this event, how do you think the app will go amongst everyone here? Like, what can they get out of the experience with the app?
Well, the good thing about the app is it's kind of like this event is. People of various lifestyles, various backgrounds can come to one place and just network and grow. It's all about sharing experiences and a better future for everybody involved.
And will we have more coming from you with your apps and grandiosity events?
Oh yes, definitely. We're gonna be throwing lots of events with Susan's help, and we have lots of professionals. We're big on the mental health side of things, so relationship counseling, marriage counseling, as well as we have some financial backers as well. So with business financing and business growth, we're trying to put everything into one place.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Terry T-Bomb Long. Spotlight Over the City. Instagram is Spotlight Over the City. My personal is Terry T-Bomb Long.
So, being at this event that's focused on mental health, particularly in the Black and Latino community, and particularly because all of the social determinants in the Black community, look at the news, we hear personal stories, and we are trying to manage. What say you around mental health?
Listen, mental health in the Black community, the Latino community, mental health in every community at this point is at the forefront of all of our families right now. And I am particularly involved in mental health because I have family that have gone through so many things. My sister is a mental health professional, so I'm heavily involved in all mental health initiatives that I can get involved in because I realize how important it is. There are so many things happening in the world right now, and the source of a lot of it is mental health.
So what do you think someone that has mental health issues or has someone there with mental health issues can get out of a organization or a event like this?
I think that someone who is either struggling with mental health, someone who is involved with helping those with mental health, should absolutely participate in these types of events because one, we're raising money for organizations that support and advocate for mental health, and two, you can surround yourselves amongst others who mental health is just as equally as important to.
So you're the face, as well as your husband, a Spotlight Over the City. What are you all spotlighting? What's coming up? I hear this is a new season. Tell us what's going on.
Yes, the new season just started last week. We've got some amazing shows lined up for you all. coming into 2024. We got some surprises for you all. Don't be surprised if you see us on your big screens. That's just not Spotlight over the city. We've got some amazing entertainers coming up on the show. If you all ever want to come and sit on the show, please let us know. We're waiting to have you, and catch up with these millennials that are doing so many amazing things. I love what you all are doing so very much.
Thank you so much, Terry. Appreciate you. Why should people even try caviar?
I believe that, especially in the Black community, we deserve luxury. I think it's been a niche area that we weren't allowed to have, and I believe that now we are realizing that we are worth it. We deserve the best, and we absolutely deserve to enjoy some caviar.
And what taste should people expect, those who may be fearful of it?
So I know our community tends to avoid things that are new, and we would like things really seasoned, but this is a really mild flavor. If you're into sushi, it's really good. It's a lighter, more elevated taste of sushi. It's good.
And for those who may not know, what is caviar?
Caviar is essentially fish eggs, but it's the way that it's harvested that gives it that next level elegance.
And how is it harvested that gives it the next level?
So I'm not the harvesting expert, but there are different ways that they harvest. And I know for La Grande Caviar, they have actually hired and worked and partnered with companies that are doing it the best, the absolute best. So you're getting premium caviar.
All right, people, there you have it.
So what is the stuff, Barry? Because all of this looks really good.
Thank you. So our flagship product is stuffed strawberries. They're infused with a cheesecake base and tailored around whatever dessert flavor you desire. So you got banana pudding, you have strawberry shortcake, you have the turtle, which is like a candy, and you have apple pie.
Okay, and how long have you been in business?
We've been in business 8 years now.
Okay, and what does it mean to be at this event?
Well, it means everything. A lot of exposure, a lot of networking, a lot of beautiful people out here. We love it. It's our second year doing it.
Okay, so I'm gonna come later and I'm gonna try one of these, because I'm a sweets person.
Please do, trust me.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, amazing.
You look lovely. Tell our audience your name.
My name is Cynthia Rolling.
And what does this event mean to you?
I'm a brand ambassador for the Le Grand Caviar. I'm here for support Susan Smallwood, and I love this area. I have the Model Academy agents. I'm owner for the Miss Petit Universe and World Top Model, and I'd like make this area, the MV area, much more bigger in the fashion area.
Okay, and what does mental health mean to you, and how does this event, how do you think it would help others and even maybe the fashion industry or models with mental health?
Yeah, this is very important you ask. My event support mental health, okay? And this event support Latinas for Latinas, okay? And I support too. I give class, I have some projects with the girls. This is very important. Everybody can be whatever if you'd like to be. The limits stay in your mind, okay? Any age, any body, you need to believe in yourself. I'm working with girls with abuse, trauma, Down syndrome, and autism. I'm specialized in this too. And this is very important because it's not only glamour or everything, but support each other. Stay together, looking around, empathy. Yeah, this event, I'm here with rain, with anything, because I know this is supportive, support another people, community, and I'm so happy because this is me today. This is my world. I'm fashion, but I'm support girls and teenagers, adults, children. You need to grow. Believe in yourself.
Thank you so much. You look so beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.